Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and today you are zooming into business with Tim McNulty, who's one of the owners of Cox McNulty Funeral Home on the North End. So good morning, Tim.
Hi, good morning, Jeannie.
Well, boy, we're excited to find out about your funeral home. Yeah. So first of all, tell us about your business.
Okay. We're a family-owned and operated funeral home. We have two locations, the one in Wadsworth and then also the one in Barberton. We offer all varieties of services from traditional funerals to cremation services. And we also offer pre-planning for those that want to take care of things ahead of time.
Oh boy, that's amazing, because it is such a great thing to have that pre-planned so that the family isn't in a more of a crisis than they're already in.
Right,
Yeah.
it is, difficult time.
So what's the history behind Cox McNulty Funeral Home?
So the Barberton location, excuse me, is it's been around since 1939. Then the Wadsworth location, I believe, opened in 1995. So we've been in the surrounding area for quite a while.
Now, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupt everybody.
No, it's okay. I think my internet might be lagging a little too. So.
Oh, that's okay. We like seeing your sweet face. Yeah. So I wanted to ask, it seems like with funeral homes, they tend to be a family business. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, a lot of times, and traditionally, definitely. So it wasn't my family, that is how I got into it, but kind of give you a short history. My sister-in-law, it's her family, and I kind of grew up around the Cox family. And so it was something that I was around from 6th grade on. And so I kind of grew up in it in a way, but, and then it's both her family still and mine, so.
Very nice. So what's unique about your funeral home?
We're family focused, and we try to help the family, plan something that's unique for the person that they've lost. We offer personalized products, something that they can feel like it represents their loved one. And yeah, we really just try to help in any way we can, because we know that the family's going through a hard time.
Boy, and you're so, I mean, of course it's a needed service, but that family going through a hard time, that's really needed at that point. Yeah. And I personally think that funerals have become more personalized, like a wedding is personalized. Or am I way off on that?
No, it's just kind of the way things have gone. It used to be, everyone would just have the service, calling hours one day, funeral the next, go to the cemetery. But with different options out there, and cremation services have become pretty popular, it has opened it up to a wide variety, and some kind of feel like they want to celebrate the life instead of just mourn and grieve, which is always going to be a part of the process. But, that celebration has definitely come into play. So.
Good deal. Now tell me, Tim, why do you love what you do?
I'm from the area, and I take pride in being able to help the families, because it's, very difficult, and I like to have that feeling after everything's complete, the family's happy, and they appreciate, and hopefully they feel like they celebrated their loved one.
Okay. Now, how can people find Cox McNulty Funeral Home?
So we're on the north end on High Street in Wadsworth. And then we also have our website. It's cox-mcnulty.com.
Okay.
And we're also on Facebook.
Okay. Now, is somebody there during the day that, like if you need to stop in, if you need to make a phone call?
Yes, yeah, you can always give us a call. That's the best way to contact us. You never know if a service might be going on or if we're out at the cemetery for the service. But yeah, if you'd like to give us a call, 330-335-3311.
Oh, well, Tim, thank you so much for all you do for our community. You're certainly a needed service, that's for sure. But to know that somebody is caring for you at such a difficult time, it's wonderful. Yeah. And I love that it's a family business too.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, well, thanks. And we'll see you around out on the street. How's that?
Yeah, that's always better. We want to see you out in the community. So.
Okay. But if we need you, we know where to get in touch with you.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
All right. Yep, thank you.
Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you are zooming into business with our friend Deb Holcomb. And Deb is part of a pretty new nonprofit organization, Friends of Woodlawn Cemetery. So good morning to you, Deb.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're excited not only to talk to you, but to learn about Friends of Woodlawn Cemetery, because you know what? That's such a historical marker in our town. So we want to learn about what you're doing.
Sure.
So go ahead and tell us what you're doing.
Well, we began in actually December of 2019, and we had about 12 people come to our meeting, and it was very well received. We set up the mission of working with the trustees and the staff at the cemetery to try and enhance the cemetery, just to beautify it. Our mission statement is to enhance the aesthetic, historic, and educational features of the cemetery, as well as to honor the final resting places of those who are buried there. And we wanted to make the cemetery a welcoming place for the community where they could come, walk through the cemetery and feel at peace. So we've been working through that, and all our projects are geared towards that mission.
Right. Yeah, because you know what? That's your history there.
It's the history, and we
Yeah.
don't want to lose it. And we noticed in the old grounds how many headstones were laying down on the ground, and they will soon be lost if we don't do something with them. So we have a lot of different people trying to keep the history of the cemetery going.
Oh boy, because once those markers are gone, everything's gone with it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what is unique about what you're doing in comparison to other organizations that take care of cemeteries?
Well, with our organization, I am so impressed with the diversity of the people that we have working for us. We have some amateur genealogists. We have people who are interested in researching in the history of different people in the cemetery or different aspects of it. We have horticulture buffs like myself, and we have lots of people who I call treasure hunters, who are willing to go in and walk the cemetery and note down what we may not see just by walking through. They get down and really study what's in the cemetery, what's in the ledgers. We have ledgers from the late, well, no, not us, but the cemetery trustees have ledgers from the late 1800s.
Oh,
that
boy.
list who is buried, where their plot number is, and we've noticed a lot of discrepancy where some of the people are buried. And so we have people trying to put the puzzle together, where the people are buried, where the information is. We have people who are interested in putting up our website, in indexing records and putting them digital. Instead of just in books, they're now available online on our website. So if you're looking for a certain place in the cemetery, we have people who put that information on the website. You can just go to the website and find out just where they are instead of trying to hunt for a headstone.
Sure. Hey, so Deb, you're involved heavily in this, and tell me, why do you love what you do with the Friends of the Woodlawn Cemetery?
Well, the first thing I really enjoy is working with the people that I never know who's going to come up and step up to the plate and what they're going to bring with them. And it's just fascinating to hear their backstory, why they're interested in it. My background goes back to going to the cemetery with mom and dad and taking care of our ancestors' grave, which I think a lot of people have done. And I just enjoy walking through and reading the headstones and imagining what that person was like, how they lived their life, what they meant to the people who came after them. And it's not just a family thing for me, but I see the whole Wadsworth community who's in there as part of a family. So it just is something that really is a diverse educational thing for me.
Oh, very nice. Now, how can people find you? Like, especially if they'd like to volunteer or maybe make a donation to help with your work?
Sure. We have a website called friendsofwoodlawncemetery.org. They can find us, and there's volunteer applications there. They can donate right on the website through PayPal. We have an email account, which is fwc789@gmail.com. They could call me at my home phone is 330-485-4200. And those are the easiest ways. We do bring out, we're going to have a newsletter pretty soon, and we can make that available. We can send people a newsletter so they can get to know what we've done in the last year, and how to contact us. That information will be on the newsletter, and we're hoping to maybe get that available out into some of the businesses that they could, if they're out in Wadsworth downtown, they could stop in at certain places and pick up a pamphlet, pick up a newsletter.
Very nice. Now, I just happen to know you have a fundraiser coming up.
Right.
So tell us about that, Deb.
Well, this is a little bit different. We are looking to clean headstones for people. And it could be anywhere in the cemetery. If you have a family headstone that has not been cleaned for a long time, it's getting lichen, it's getting moss, it's getting dirty, just from the, pollution and that, we can clean it. And we are running this little fundraiser that for $20, we will clean a headstone for you. And that will be for more moderate size headstones. If you have a larger double headstone, we're asking for a little bit more than a $20. If you want to donate more, hey, that's great. But we're suggesting a $20 donation. And we will have more information about that in the next week, week and a half, on our website, on our Facebook page, in the newsletter. I'm hoping to use the Chamber of Commerce that we can advertise in your newsletter. And people can always contact us for more information. And we only use what they call do no harm methods and materials. It will not harm the stone. It will only clean, and it will continue to clean for the next year. And we will that will keep the stone clean for 5 years. You don't want to clean a stone more than 5 years, every 5 years. So
Okay.
they
Well,
can be
Deb,
looking for that.
thank you so much for not only explaining everything to us and making us more aware of what you're doing, but
Mhm.
also thank you for what you're doing for the community, because that is a huge piece of Wadsworth history, and
Mhm.
we really appreciate you. So
Oh, mhm.
thank you, and what a great volunteer job to be outside.
Anybody that wants to volunteer, we've got lots of opportunity to do it. We work with the American Legion too for Memorial Day. And that is something people can be thinking about for the end of May if they want to participate.
Okay, that sounds great. Oh, thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Janie.
Okay.
We sure
And-
appreciate the Chamber's help.
Oh, you are welcome, and we'll get that out in our newsletter too, because I'm liking that idea. Okay,
Okay,
okay, thanks.
thank you.
Good morning. I'm Janie Parrish with the Wadsworth Area Chamber of Commerce, and you are zooming into business with one of our landscaping companies that works very hard year-round, not just in the summertime. So here we go. We're speaking with Joe Pavlovic, and he is from JTS Landscaping. So good morning, Joe.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Hey, what'd you think about that snow?
It was something else. You know, Ohio, I tell you what, it's you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You know,
Yeah. Or
I
they
mean, we went from 80 degrees to 8 degrees and 8 inches of snow. That was unbelievable. So,
Oh my gosh. Well, tell us about JTS Landscaping, Joe.
well, JTS Landscaping, we've been around since 1994, so we've been in the area. We've got the red trucks with the white letters on the side of them, JTS Landscaping. I'm sure you've seen them around. We're pretty much, we started out as a design build company, where, you know, just about anything in the landscape as far as designing the flower beds, retaining walls, patios, outdoor living areas, low voltage lighting, anything in the landscape, it was pretty much our wheelhouse. We do all the design work in-house. There's two of us that do design work, myself and Danny. Danny's been with the company, I think, for 23 years now. So he's been here quite a while, a lot of experience. We also added a number of years back, we added a maintenance division, which does lawn mowing. And then we've got, we do bed maintenance as well, which is, you know, pretty much it's a group that goes out and just takes care of the flower beds, small nipping and pruning of stuff. We do Christmas decorating, which has been huge the last couple of years. The Christmas lights and Christmas decorating, and then snow plowing as well. So it's pretty much year round for us. There's never a dull moment. We don't have a slow season anymore. We filled every nook and cranny trying to take care of our customers. But it's you know, it's a lot of fun. We get to work with a lot of nice people. We do a lot of work in the Wadsworth area, Medina area. Westfield area is kind of our, you know, the three right around us that we do a tremendous amount of work. We do venture outside of that, but most of our work is done right in that area. So
Very nice. So what's so unique about JTS Landscaping?
well, you know, every project we do is unique. You know, there's nothing that's kind of, you know, every project working with the customer to kind of achieve what their goals are with their landscape. You know, I find it real important to listen to the customer and find out what their likes are and dislikes. I have people ask me all the time, you know, what do you do or what will you do here? And, you know, first I got to talk to the customer and find out, you know, what they like and what they don't like. Our job is to figure out how to do that then. Maybe use the plants that they like and put them in the right locations, or the materials and so forth of that they like, not necessarily what I like. You know, sometimes it's funny. I finished jobs that I didn't like, and the customers were completely happy with them, and I thought, well, I did my job. You know, and it was still done right, but that's what they wanted. So that's one of our goals. You know, is always to, you know, achieve what the customer's looking for in a project. And whether it be maintenance work or landscape work as well, but just, to do the job, do it correctly. There's right and wrong ways of doing landscaping. There's corners that can be taken, that, not to cut the corners, to give a customer a good product, and a finished product that they're happy with.
So Joe, why do you love what you do? Because I can hear it. You love what you do.
There's a lot of aspects to it. It's something different every day, working with the people, working with the guys. Last week I got to work on the job, which as the owner of the company, a lot of times you just don't get to get out in the field. So last week I did have a couple of days, 3 days in a row where a foreman was on vacation. And I got to work out in the field actually pretty much all week. And it was just great, to get out there and do it. A lot of times I'm running around but the actual work itself and taking a property from nothing to, and you're really beautifying it. It's enjoyable. I love being outdoors. I love working outside. I love working with the plant material, or even I tell customers all the time, it's a pile of dirt, pile of gravel, and some plants, and we just put them all together to make them look right. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, how can people find JTS Landscaping?
The easiest, we're naturally, you can look us up on Facebook. We're on the internet and so forth. Instagram. So all your social media, we're on there. And then, the old fashioned phone book way of, calling us too as well.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, I wanted to ask, are you hiring seasonal help for the summer?
This year, we are. I think for the seasonal position for the summer, as far as high school and college kids, we may be okay. But this year, help has been the biggest dilemma. We're at the end of April and we've been short 4 people all season, and literally falling behind every day. It's incredible the amount of help wanted signs out there, and nobody can find anybody to fill these positions. That's been a big dilemma right now. So
Okay.
So
So apply anyways, if that's like your passion is to work outside in landscaping.
we do have, with the Mo crew, we're still looking for somebody, and we're always looking for people. So yeah, if you're
Okay.
interested for a job, give us a shout. So by all means. So
Okay, good. Well, Joe from JTS Landscaping, thank you for all you do to make our county so gorgeous.
thank you.
Okay, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. You have a good day.
Thank
Thanks.
you, you too.